Maximus, I've called you in today to discuss your campaign obligations with Lindora.
Yes, Bob, this is genuinely good shit, isn't it? I'm too sexy for myself. I'm so sexy I'm falling in love with myself. People at the races are telling me I have a sexy and tight ass and are rubbing all up against me when I'm leaning over the back of my awesome GN boat. I look at myself each morning in the mirror and can't believe my transformation. I compliment myself and think, damn amigo, you are so damn frickin' hot. As I comb my long locks of hair like a hippie right out of 1965. I then saddle up and head off to work where all my clients of both sexes compliment me constantly on my sexy plumber's ass. I'm stoked, Bob. Lindora is a great thing.
Maximus, this may be all well and good. However, we have been getting feedback telling us of some homosexual-leaning behavior linked to you with, let's say, compromising pictures. What can you tell me about these reports? Obviously, if true, they would be in violation of our contract and place your Lindora relationship at risk, along with the large compensation package you receive each time your Lindora ad runs on television.
Bob, I can tell you these are total falsities. I'm as straight as the spark line off of Vertex Magneto. I don't veer to the male persuasion outside of an occasional glance towards one please, Asian-looking racer that I find fairly attractive. I sometimes imagine myself accompanying him up on the podium arm in arm to collect his continual first-place trophy wins. But again, I'm straight as they come. I would never act on my secret desires. The stories you have heard are probably off an obscure boating forum I occasionally post on.
Maximus, we have pictures of you attending several gay events, magazine cover photos, the list is extensive. How do you explain this evidence of your gay behavior? Further, why are you lying to me? You have also gained a few pounds. You have been seen and photographed at an event out in California. Lake Ivine, I believe, was the name. You were flaunting your bare ass and belly all over the event, we heard. We were sent pictures of this despicable behavior. They were not pretty and the president of the company was not pleased. You may be aware that Kirstie Alley is back up to 250 and looks like a small elephant following her departure from Jenny Craig. You could become an elephant too if you are not careful here, Maximus.
Bob, I must state again, this is all bullshit. It has been fabricated by a few internet Photoshop experts. They have it in for me because I'm such a beautiful and attractive heterosexual man. I never attended these gay parades or the gatherings at Homo Beach. They are fabrication. My weight has creeped up a bit, I will admit. I have strayed from my strict nutty bar and cocoa regimen and downed a few dozen double-doubles a month. Bob, have you ever tasted a double-double from In-N-Out Burger? They are the shit, and by far the best burger west of the Mississippi River. I also go for an occasional 4x4, animal style, but that's another story for another day, probably best not discussed here today. The bottom line is that I'm straight. The photos you speak of me with regard to Lake Irvine in California. I had a few drinks and was forced by an older wrinkly racer at the event to wear his team shirt and prance around like a homosexual hillbilly. I experienced a few man hugs with Sam and Zenison, but that was about it. I find a nice tight man hug occasionally with a large man to be somewhat relaxing, Bob. Looking back, I'm embarrassed. Get it? Ha ha ha. Seriously, it was not my best moment. I apologize to Lindora for my behavior there.